This week we have Venus, ruler of the Divine Feminine, moving into Leo until September 19th. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the week of Monday, August 25th through Sunday, August 31st, 2025. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger, here to do your intuitive energy forecast for the week. For this week, we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and this is going to be the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Earth and Sky Oracle deck by Sophie Bashford. So before we get into the astrology of the week, or even looking at your stones of choice for that special message card later, let's go ahead, close our eyes, and do an empowered moment. So as you close your eyes, and you put your feet flat on the ground or the floor, if that's possible, focus on your breathing and focus on your breath. Breathing in easily, exhaling and releasing what you no longer need to hold on to. And visualize golden white light all around you. And this is the golden white light of universe, Great Spirit, the Divine Feminine, all that is. And as you see or sense or feel, or just know that you're surrounded in that unconditionally loving and healing golden white light, I want you to take in a deep breath and breathe it in. Breathe it in deeply into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, you're letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Let's focus our attention for these next few moments on balancing the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine within us. The Divine Feminine is that allowing, receptive, nurturing, gentle, caring, and intuitive energy. The Divine Masculine within us is that confident, courageous, leadership, take charge, action-oriented energy. And we all have Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine within us. Sometimes they're in balance and sometimes they are not in balance. So do a check-in in your body, your mind, your energy field. And check in to see if the energies of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine within you are in balance. Are you loving, but yet setting good boundaries? Are you action-oriented, but yet self-reflective? These would be two ways that we are in balance. Do we err on the side of giving too much, people-pleasing? This is the Divine Feminine. Or do we err on the side of always being busy, always needing to work on the next project or idea? This would be the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine. So let's bring both of these energies into an equilibrium. Let's be able to take charge and make things happen, and yet surrender and have trust and faith. Calling in the healers of the highest vibration of light to assist in balancing your divine feminine and divine masculine energetically. If there's any subconscious patterns or things that we need to look at to bring healing to in order to bring these aspects of ourselves back into balance, ask that those of the highest vibration of light, archangels, healers, ancestors, shamans, ask that they come in and bring healing to any and all past trauma energies, past challenges, karmic lessons, bringing a clearing, a cleansing, a healing, a transmuting, a rebalancing, a realignment. And take in a deep conscious breath and breathe in that idea, that intention of bringing into balance your divine feminine and divine masculine. We need both to operate in the best possible way. And thank those of the highest vibration of light that assisted and that will continue assisting in bringing that healing and that rebalancing to you. And taking one last deep healing, cleansing, and balancing breath. When you exhale and when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, returning to this time and place and space. Let's take a look at our stones of choice for that special message card a little bit later. So the first stone of choice is dragon's blood. And I know my lighting isn't showing the beautiful red splotch there that's in the middle of this beautiful green. We've got a cloudy day here. So unfortunately, this is redded green. It's like a blood red, and it's this beautiful kind of forest looking green colored here. So dragon's blood, this is about courage and strength. This is about vitality and creativity. It's about healing and manifestation. Okay, the second stone of choice. I have a feeling you're not going to be able to see the beautiful vibrant colors, but rhodonite. This is a pink stone. So rhodonite. This is going to be helpful in emotional body healing, balance, especially balance of the emotions, compassion, peace, forgiveness, and balancing the mind and the heart. Okay, and then our last stone of choice. Again, a vibrant red color, kind of the color of my blazer here. It's fire agate. And the fire agate is a great stone for protection, spiritual growth, passion, creativity, and courage. So again, your stones of choice for this week are the dragon's blood, the rhodonite, and the fire agate. All right, so let's talk about the astrology for this week. And I have to say, Venus, the planet that rules the divine feminine, the planet that rules love and relationships, and Venus, the planet that rules personal resources like money and finances and time and talents. This is moving into Leo the Lion on Monday, the 25th of August. So Venus is going to spend from August 25th and through September 19th in this fiery, leadership-oriented, passionate sign of the Lion. And we move on later on Monday, and I'm going to just include Tuesday here. Monday and Tuesday. Venus, once she moves into Leo, is going to make a positive connection to Saturn, which rules karmic lessons and rules responsibility, especially when it comes to self-responsibility. And Saturn is also a planet of manifestation. So making a positive trine to Saturn, who's currently retrograde, and then a positive sextile, which is an aspect of opportunity, to Uranus, the planet of freedom, liberation, and change, who happens to be in Gemini, which is kind of a sign that rules the mental body, the mental realm of thoughts and ideas and perceptions and communication. And then Venus is going to make another positive trine connection, this time to Neptune. Neptune rules the spiritual realm, and it rules our psychic abilities, and it rules creative and artistic energy. It rules things that are unseen or intangible, the angelic realm. And Neptune is also in Aries, just like Saturn is. Saturn and Neptune are actually traveling together, very close together in Aries right now. And then Venus is going to make an opposition to Pluto, planet of death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, transmutation, transition. And Pluto happens to be in Aquarius and is also retrograde. So we have the Saturn, the Neptune, and the Pluto, which are evolutionary outer planets, all retrograde right now, which is causing internally a huge shift energetically for us as a collective and for us on an individual level. Now, because Venus is connecting to Saturn and Neptune and Uranus and Pluto, and Venus is in fire sign Leo, Saturn and Neptune are in fire sign Aries, Uranus is in air sign Gemini, and Pluto is in air sign Aquarius. In fact, every single thing happening this week is all in fire and air. So fire is ruling the spiritual realm, creative self-expression, passion, leadership, making things happen, taking action, and just trusting and having faith in divine timing and in spirit. And then air, the element of air, rules again the mental realm, thoughts, ideas, perceptions, perspectives, information, communications of all kinds. And so when you put fire and air together, just think of a normal like campfire and a gust of wind, it makes the fire bigger. So there's a lot of energy this week happening. And Venus is being highlighted. Again, she rules relationships. She rules love, the heart chakra, okay? And Venus, actually Leo rules the heart and the heart chakra in astrology. So here's Venus, the planet of love, which we think of love, it comes from our heart chakra. And then it's in Leo, which is, again, opening and balancing that heart chakra. So all of this is going on Monday and Tuesday, and it's all positive connections and positive aspects. So take advantage of this positive energy, especially with inner child healing, especially with leadership activities, creative activities or creative projects, really kind of sharing the love in whatever way you want to share the love. It could be speaking, teaching, writing, connecting socially with other people, reaching out in correspondence with other people. And then on Thursday, the 28th, what we have going on is between two outer planets, and that's with Uranus, change, liberation, and freedom, in a positive sextile to Neptune, again, which rules the spiritual realm and I always say magic and miracles, because I feel like when it comes to spirit, the universe, our angels and guides, when it comes to the spiritual realm, I always think of magic and miracles because that can happen. That does happen. They help us to make that happen, right? So it's like this co-creative effort between us and universe, source God, great spirit, right? That makes these things happen. Now, the aspect between Uranus and Neptune, a sextile, is an aspect of opportunity. So if we see an opportunity, we have to act on the opportunity to make something happen. And again, these two planets are outer planets. It is about collective healing. Of course, it does affect us on an individual level as well. So this would be beating to the beat of your own drum, which is Uranus, and really moving through this energy and expressing through this energy, which is Neptune, of unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness. So look for opportunities there. And then on Sunday, the 31st, the last day of August, we have Mercury. So this is a little different. Mercury, the planet that rules the mental realm, logic, information, all forms of communication, ideas, thoughts. Mercury is in Leo, fire sign Leo as well, which is a very creative sign. And it is in a positive trine connection to Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, which is in fire sign Aries. And Chiron's retrograde as well. So again, this internalization of the healing process that's going on. But even though Chiron does bring up past life or past in this life wounds and traumas to be healed, those that need to be healed, those aspects of ourselves that need healing, it is a positive connection. So I feel like this positive connection to Mercury, it's really supportive in communication, talking things out with another person, like talk therapy or counseling. It's really great for channeling your energies through creative or artistic projects because Mercury is in Leo. It's really great for getting in touch with the inner child, which is a Leo kind of energy. And since Venus is in Leo now and Mercury is in Leo still, we can really kind of let our inner child come out and play. We can do things that, would make her happy. What does that mean? What does your inner child want to do? Make sure you make time for your inner child and do things that bring her joy and happiness and fulfillment and that recognizes her. And so there's a lot of healing going on and a lot of spiritual passion. And, that's not the same as sexual passion. When I say spiritual passion, I mean this passion for life, this vital energy that, again, we can channel into what is the next step on our path. How do we get to where it is we want to go? We just feel vital and alive and passionate and energized about moving forward in some beautiful and creative and heart-centered way. So this looks like a really great energy for this week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides. So the first card, okay, not surprising at all. In fact, I would have guessed that this would come out. This is Major Arcana 8. I had to look because some decks change the Strength card and the Justice card. But this is Major Arcana 8 in this deck, and it's Strength. And this is the Lion energy. This is Leo, the Lion energy. And you could see here, a lot of times in the traditional tarot, it has a woman with a lion. Here we have a woman that's merging with the lion, okay? So you're merging with that creative self-expression energy. You're merging with that leadership, take charge energy. You're merging with the heart chakra and expressing from the heart energy. She's wearing a heart pendant around her neck. Now, it's interesting that the heart pendant, I would think the heart chakra would be about here. And this heart chakra or this heart pendant is a little bit lower, kind of where the solar plexus chakra would be. So the solar plexus chakra is your center of personal power, confidence, courage, action, make something happen. So you're needing to merge that personal power, solar plexus chakra energy with the heart, with love, with passion. Okay, so we're kind of combining that heart chakra and solar plexus chakra energy to create. And this is the best way to create and manifest is by taking charge, but doing it from love, from the space of love. And whether that's doing something that you love, working on something you love, collaborating with somebody you love to do something, anything, or just being in your heart chakra when you're involved in your day-to-day life. This is going to allow you to be in your personal power. And you can see the strength of the lion, right? the confidence of the lion, but yet being gentle like a lamb, being loving like the lamb. So there's this merging again of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, which is what our meditation was about. So this is a great card to start things out. On her arm, she's got a tattoo of the infinity symbol. This is the 8th major arcana in this deck. And if you take the number 8, which in numerology is about empowerment, and you turn that number 8 on its side, right? Because that looks like the number 8. But we turn it on its side, it becomes the infinity symbol. The infinity symbol is about the balance of the masculine and the feminine and letting it flow. It's ever flowing and connected and balanced in harmony with one another. And so that's what this card is all about this week. So great way to start out the week here with Venus moving into Leo. Okay, the second card. The second card is the Queen of Wands. I love it because the Queen is the divine feminine energy and Wands is the suit of fire. So again, she's in her purpose, her passion, her vitality, her energy, her magic, her intuition. She is feeling on top of the world here. She's got something in her hand, a ball of light, like she's manifesting something. She's got her wand saying, I'm confident, I'm courageous, I'm taking charge of my direction. She's wearing red and is surrounded by a lot of red, which is kind of root chakra energy. So she's feeling stable, secure, grounded. Yet she's got this yellow energy too in the card around her, which is solar plexus chakra energy. Again, confidence, courage, her personal power, her sense of leadership, her sense of individuality, self-identity. So this is awesome energy. This is you in your divine feminine nature, but taking charge, which is again that balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Fire as an element is masculine. In fact, the fire signs of the zodiac are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And those 3 fire signs are considered masculine signs of the zodiac, but yet this is the Queen. So this is the divine feminine. So again, we're merging this masculine and feminine energy and we're making stuff happen. We're creating and manifesting. Okay, this is a great reading. I love it. The last card is another Wands card, another great card. This is the 3 of Wands. Now, in numerology, the number 3 is about expansion and growth. It can also be about kind of the mental realms of ideas and thoughts and belief systems and making sure that we're expanding into glass half full rather than glass half empty. Although I don't think that that's going to be too much of a concern this week because we got a lot of positive astrological energies going on. But we see this person standing on the shore with their surfboard here. There's 3 flames around them. They're staring out at the ocean, waiting for the big wave to come in, right? That's what surfers do. They stand on the shore and they're like, oh, there's the wave coming in. They run out there, they swim out there, and then they ride that wave. So with this 3 of Wands, you're getting ready or you're watching for the time period when you can ride that wave. So this is about being a visionary. Again, the number 3, expanding into your most positive perceptions. It's also, I feel like, the realm of imagination. So use your imagination and see that wave starting to form. Now, what is the wave? Is it a new idea? Is it a new project that you're wanting to work on or are working on? Is it a new job, a new career? Is it a new romance or love relationship or business relationship or partnership? Is it better health? You know, is it something to do with home and family? Whatever it is, we want this positive growth and expansion. We want to use our imagination and visualization capabilities to see exactly what it is that we wish to have come towards us, right? Waiting for the wave to form and come towards us. So let's use that imagination and visualization to see, sense, feel, and just know that that something, whatever that something might be for you, is forming and starting to happen. It's going to happen so that we can ride the wave and then manifest what it is that we desire for our own spiritual growth and evolution. Okay, so this is a wonderful, wonderful energy. So let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So the first stone of choice was the Dragon's Blood Jasper. Dragon's Blood. All right. Dragon's Blood Jasper, people, for this week. Special message. Dragon's Blood Jasper. This one's calling my attention right here. And we've got Newt with birthing. This is a great, great card because, again, the number 3 in numerology is expansion growth, but it's giving birth to something new, right? Here we're on the precipice of birthing something new with the 3 of Wands. And this is what Newt is all about. So we've got Newt spreading her etheric, angelic wings and getting ready to birth that new something. We've got what looks like kind of like this fiery, at least the color of fire, right? The red, the orange. We even have some yellow, the golden yellow of the solar plexus chakra. So all of that is in this card, but we also have the universe up here, the cosmos. This is that part where we trust and have faith, that we allow for divine timing, that we call in our angels and guides to assist us with our ascension, right? She's off the ground here. She's ascending, spreading her wings and getting ready to kind of fly into something new, free herself and move into something new. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. This could be like sunrise or sunset time. So let's say it's sunset, or let's say it's sunset and sunrise. Let's say it's both. It's the ending of something old and the new beginning of something else that's coming in, which is, again, this birthing energy, this new birth. It's got this really summery, tropical feel with those trees, right? So I feel like this isn't too far away. Of course, those of you that are in the southern hemisphere, on the other side of the world, you're in the kind of tail end or nearing the end of your winter time. Here, we're nearing the end of our what we call summertime in the northern hemisphere. So for those of us in the northern hemisphere, I feel like, you know, this could yet be that we're birthing something new by the fall. By the time the fall equinox comes, we're really moving into the birthing of whatever that new is. She's got a big yellow sun at her solar plexus chakra. So again, she's shining her light. She's shining her confidence. She's shining her courage and her leadership out into the world. Okay, that's a beautiful, beautiful message. We'll put that back in case somebody else gets it. All right, and then the second stone of choice was the rhodonite. Give us a little shuffle here, and special message for the rhodonite. People, rhodonite for this week. Rhodonite. This one's calling my attention. Oh, I love this card. This was the very first card I pulled for myself when I got this deck, which has been not quite a month now. So I'm going to hope that I say it right. H-A-P-I. Happy. I think it's Happy. Somebody out there may know this particular goddess, but it says River of Abundance. And look at that. You got the lion in the background and the pyramid and the Sphinx, which again has kind of a lion head to it. So here's Venus this week moving into Leo till September 19th. Making all these positive aspects right out of the gate as soon as she moves into Leo. Mercury's still in Leo for a little while longer. So there is that Leo the lion, creative, leadership-oriented energy here that is going to equate to this river of abundance pouring in. This has a feeling of Leo energy, but also Aquarius energy, because whenever I look at the image of the goddess Happy on this card here, she's sitting next to the river and she's got this vessel and water is coming out of it. And what does that remind us of astrologically? It's like Aquarius, right? The Aquarius is the water bearer. And the water bearer is usually a woman. Sometimes it's a man, but usually it's a woman, even though it's a masculine sign of the zodiac, with her vessel pouring out blessings or pouring out water, which is like the spiritual blessings coming from the universe. We've got, again, this cosmic sky, divine timing, trust and faith in the divine plan. We've got this pyramid and Sphinx energy, which is kind of this Egyptian sort of energy, the divine light codes of the Egyptian times, the magic of Isis and that realm of the Egyptian goddesses. We've got the power of the North Star. I don't know. This might actually be the star Sirius above the pyramid, as we had 8-8 Lion's Gate, right? It was about the alignment of Sirius. And so this is, again, bringing in the spiritual blessings. The river of abundance is bringing in the spiritual blessings from the universe. And it is in divine timing. But again, I feel like this time period with Venus moving through Leo, especially this week, because these aspects she's making, you know, with these particular planets are only this week. Of course, she'll make other connections, you know, later on to some other planets probably before she moves out of Leo for good. But take advantage of this river of abundance time and let the blessings flow. This has a feeling a little bit of, again, action, which is Leo the lion, but allowing and letting being receptive to the opportunities and blessings of abundance that come to you. Let's put that back. All right, the last stone of choice was the fire agate. All right, let's give it a shuffle this way first. Fire agate, people. Special message for this week for fire agate people. This one's calling my attention. Ooh, we got another Egyptian goddess, Sekhmet. So here with Sekhmet, it says fierce power. So Venus, ruler of the divine feminine in astrology, or one of the rulers of the divine feminine in astrology, going into this masculine sign of Leo that does rule leadership. And here we have this fierce power. You know, this is, again, solar plexus. I'm going to say solar plexus plus heart chakra energy, just like we talked about before with that strength card here, with the heart being over the solar plexus. Because here we've got this kind of, what do I want to say, a little jewel. Can you see that little jewel tone there? It looks like a fire agate, as a matter of fact. But that little jewel tone, Jewel is at her heart chakra. But yet this card is entitled Fierce Power, which kind of brings in the solar plexus chakra energies. And here we've got this headdress on her head that to me is going to signify, of course, this little cat ears, right? But it's signifying claircognizance because it's on the crown of her head and the ears are going up towards the heavens. And that is the clear knowing or claircognizance psychic intuition that's coming into play here. The heart chakra would be our clairsentience and using that heart to feel and sense things. We've got pyramids again in the background in this card as well. A lot of this kind of reddish energy, which is again the sense of security and being grounded and feeling safe, and you know, the root chakra can be about our financial stability, our financial prosperity in a way. But here we have those magical mystical pyramids in the background. This almost looks like an eclipse. I mean, it doesn't look like the sun specifically because the sun would be a golden yellow, although she's wearing kind of golden yellow. But, you know, when we have that new moon solar eclipse energy, which is, I think it's the third week in September, this might be saying that somewhere around that time of the solar eclipse energy, that there might be something happening here where we're going to be standing in our power and owning our power and exuding our positive personal power, our fierce power of, again, divine feminine energy within us to move forward. So the last message that's coming in is kind of for everybody. They're saying since that Lionsgate portal and full moon in Aquarius that happened on August 9th after the Lionsgate portal, the few weeks before, the few weeks after, this has been kind of like this realignment, activation, and integration time period. So I feel like as we move into September, which is coming up just around the corner, we're going to have 2 eclipses. And that's really kind of going to close out a cycle as we're in a 9 universal year, which is a time of completion. September this year will be a 9 universal month within a 9 universal year. So again, completion and closure of a cycle. So that by the time we move into going into October, and some of us might feel it in the second half of September. We're going to be moving into this new beginning energy, this new push of energy, because most of, or a lot of, I won't say all of it, and I won't say, I mean, we're always integrating new energies, right? But a lot of what we've been through in the last couple of months is now going to be able to have been integrated so that we can really be a lot more clear, a lot more grounded in a way in order to move forward. So that's the last message for everybody that comes in. Thank you so much for all of you that have tuned in consistently over the years here. I really thank and appreciate each and every one of you. Please make sure to check out my new website, ColleenLemma.com. There is a couple new services on there. If you join my monthly newsletter, there's always some sort of discount codes for newsletter members, and sending you lots of love and light and many, many blessings until I see you for the September monthly video and next week's video. Namaste, everyone.